You're watching Breakfast Television on City TV, talking spring skiing and snowboarding now. Finally, that the cold weather is gone. Cole Fawcett joining us this morning from Castle Mountain with safety tips and reminders. And Cole, you were kind of talking during the commercial break about that classic picture from the 80s of someone suntanning with that kind of reflective foil. And that's probably the one thing we always have to keep in mind for spring skiing, right? Is just how reflective that snow is.
Yeah, there's no question. So we definitely want to be protecting ourselves from the sun's rays. And that involves a bit more than sunscreen sometimes.
Sure.
That involves doing our best to cover up, sunscreen, lip balm, and of course wearing something that protects our eyes from those harmful UV rays.
Because I mean, it's beautiful when it's so sunny out to kind of hit the slopes, whether you're boarding or skiing, but your eyes really feel it, don't they?
They definitely do, and that's why it's so incredibly important. You know, whether it's sunglasses or my preference, of course, would be goggles. We want to cover up those eyeballs to protect them from harmful rays. And one of the best ways of doing that, of course, with goggles is selecting a goggle that has the opportunity to change those lenses based on the conditions of the day.
Sure, sure. Whether it's cloudy, whether it's overcast, low light, that type of thing. All right, that's important, of course. So sun safety, sunscreen, lip balm and stuff with the SPF is very important. And spring skiing, you have to layer up because the mornings are cool, but the afternoons are hot, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Ted. We get into this situation where I like to say you have to layer up to layer down.
Yeah.
So it starts with a great base layer, and that's usually going to be something that's not cotton. Cotton gets a bit of a bad rap. I'm wearing it right now, but definitely not what I would be wearing while I was skiing. Really, I think the most important layers, they're all important, but the base layer is important. This mid layer here is great as well. That's that layer that I would traditionally start the day with and then take off, you know, when the sun hits its highest point in the day.
Sure, yeah, when you're having a bite for lunch, take it off and hit the slopes after that. And a lot of us in the spring, of course, you want to just kind of soak up the rays as you're going down there. But, I mean, you have to keep the helmet still on, right?
Yeah, you definitely should. The great thing about helmets these days is that they have the opportunity to ventilate in such a great way. You can see this helmet here in front of us. The front portion of it actually has the vents open. And then there's a rear portion where the airflow can be enhanced as well.
Nice.
And some helmets also have the opportunity to remove a liner, which can help cool them off as well. Okay. And let's face it, when you're bolting down the mountain at 30, 40, 50 kilometers an hour, there's lots of air coming through that helmet. And really, there's no reason not to wear it.
And speaking of going down the mountain, there's strategy involved in the spring skiing with respect to where to find the best snow, right?
Yeah, there can be. As we get deeper into the spring, again, it's about paying attention to the sun and following or avoiding the sun when appropriate. So oftentimes in the early morning hours, we want to be seeking out those north-facing aspects that's going to have that really nice, cool, shaded, almost midwinter snow-like quality. Yeah. And as the day progresses, we can hit the groomers and then venture off into some of that nice, mushy, soft
corn
snow.
You
got it, exactly.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun, too. And to help kind of celebrate the return of spring, our friends at Castle Mountain have a pretty cool event. So Saturdays and Sundays, it's music in the afternoon, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a rite of passage in the spring to visit a ski resort and enjoy an open-air beverage with some music in the background.
Of course. Beats in the Bass Spring Concert Series at Castle Mountain. It's at the Echo Community Stage right near the T-Bar Lounge, right?
You got it.
Is it? Yeah, okay, good. Saturdays and Sundays from 2:30 to 5:30. BreakfastTelevision.ca. All kinds of links and information on there. Cole, thank you so much for coming in. Happy spring skiing, everyone.